Hello everyone. It is now 6:30. So let's start our presentation. I am going to start by giving a brief overview of what will happen in the next hour. We will have the opportunity to listen a bit about what is the CALDO Consortium and the profile of each of its universities and the services that the consortium offers. And also we will have the opportunity to listen to two members of the REDICEC group. Carla and Abelardo were kind enough to join us today, and they will be sharing a bit of what is what type of activities does REDICEC do, and also share their experience of studying in Canada. Both of them are from Chile, so I think it will be extremely useful for the participants to be able to listen from other Chilean students what has been their experience of studying in Canada. So let's start our presentation. And one thing that I will also make sure that that you will get is afterwards everyone will be receiving the presentation. So you will be receiving both the PDF slides and also the link to the YouTube presentation. So the first thing that I would like to address is why should you consider studying in Canada? There are obviously several reasons for why Canada is an excellent destination for doing graduate studies abroad. One of the main reasons that I always like to highlight is the fact that Canada is one of the countries that devote the most financial resources to research and development. In fact, each of the CALDO universities have a very generous budget for research every year, and the universities use it to equip their laboratories, to make sure that their professors have the necessary conditions to undertake research, and that means, for example, recruiting the brightest students worldwide, and also being able to present and attend conferences worldwide. Another thing that obviously is a huge advantage when you're studying in Canada is that your certificate will be recognized anywhere in the world. Canada is widely recognized by its quality of education, so you will have most definitely your credentials recognized anywhere in the world. Relating more to the cultural aspect of Canada, Canada is a country that as most of you know, has a very multicultural society. You will find people from anywhere in the world in Canada. So I think that most people tend to easily adapt to living in Canada because they will always find someone that is either from their home country or from other countries that they might be familiar with. And especially people from Latin America, you will most definitely find someone that shares either the language or is from the same geographic location. One other thing that it's also relevant is the fact that Canada, being a bilingual country, you have the opportunity to study either in English or in French, depending on the university that you're attending. The Canadian academic system is pretty much similar to the one that you find in Chile. So for the master's degree, usually once you finish your undergraduate, your bacharelado, you have the possibility of undertaking a master program. Master programs usually last for 2 years. And in Canada, you can do what it's called a thesis-based master, that it's a master with a research project in the second year. Or you can do what it's called a professional or course-based master. That it's basically the first year of courses. You basically just take courses, and you don't need to do a specific year of research. You can eventually do a project, but you don't need to produce a very elaborate thesis. On the other hand, the doctoral program is a program that usually lasts 4 years. Some might go over that, might take 5 years to do, but since we are also addressing this webinar for people that eventually are looking for a scholarship, usually you don't have more than 4 years to finish your doctoral program. So 4 years is the time period that you will be looking at if you're interested in undertaking a doctoral program. The doctoral program is comprised usually of the first years where you attend courses and eventually do some research, and as you move towards the third and fourth year, you will be just focused on doing research. You will need to apply to a doctoral program. You will need to get a supervisor. So it's extremely important that you research first what are the areas of research that each university offers, and which are the professors that undertake research in those specific areas. Because when you're requesting for admission in a doctoral program, you will most likely be more successful if you already have a professor that is willing to work with you. If you visit our website, and we will give the reference to the website later on the presentation, you will find some very valuable information on our universities. I've just decided to highlight two of the picto charts that we display on the website. One that focus on the research funding that our universities have per year. So in 2014, the combined funding for all the 9 CALDO universities was around $2.3 billion. And combined, our universities have 83 programs in the top 150 programs worldwide from the ranking QS. One other interesting aspect that it's important to know is that among the English-speaking countries, mainly Australia, the USA, the UK, and Canada, Canada is the country that has the most affordable education of these 4 countries. So this was a study conducted in 2014 by the bank HSBC, and they basically were assessing which were the English-speaking countries that would for which the student had to afford the least amount of dollars to study each year, and Canada was considered the country that had the least cost. Looking at the CALDO universities and looking at the map of Canada, we can see that the universities spread across the territory. So, moving from the west to the east, we have the universities of Alberta and Calgary in the province of Alberta. We have the University of Saskatchewan in the province with the same name. In Ontario, we have the universities of Waterloo, Western, Queens, and Ottawa. In the French-speaking province of Quebec, we have the University of Laval, and farther to the east, we have the University of Dalhousie in Nova Scotia. Now, let's focus a bit on what is the profile of each of our universities. Let's start with the University of Alberta. The University of Alberta is located in Edmonton, the capital of the province. One of the things that it's relevant about Alberta is that the province is the one that produces the oil from Canada. So the universities in this province have developed a huge expertise in the areas of energy and also in the areas of biocarbonates. So they have developed a huge expertise and areas of excellence in this particular field. But Alberta is basically recognized as a comprehensive university since it offers programs in all areas of knowledge. So in terms of the excellency areas that we can highlight from Alberta, medicine and life sciences is one of them. Alberta is ranked as the 91st world university in this particular field, and it's ranked in the 31st world position in the areas of pharmacy and pharmacology. Actually, Alberta is the home to some of the world's best researchers working on the areas of virus-based diseases. And it's also home for the Institute of Nanotechnology. One of the things that you will find very useful when going to the CALDO website is that you will be able to get a detailed profile of each of our universities so that you can have more information about what they are doing and what are the type of programs that they offer. The University of Calgary is located in the same province that the University of Alberta. but in the city of Calgary. This university, once again, has a strong focus on the areas of energy, but it's also a very reputable university for the areas of medicine and life science, such as Alberta. And its university medical research is ranked among the 100 best in the world. Biomedical research basically is done in the areas of neurosurgery, joint repair, and stem cell production. And in the areas of energy, they have a huge focus on clean energy, or what it's also called that low carbon energy systems. All of the CALDO universities have a particularity that it's very interesting to know, that they are all regarded as comprehensive universities. This basically means that you will be able to find all sorts of programs in our universities, from engineering, humanities, mathematics, all the exact sciences. They offer basically all the range of programs that you can think of. And since we are talking about 9 different universities, we are talking about the combined number of graduate programs, around 2,000 programs. So most definitely you will always find something that you can relate to. Moving on to Dalhousie. Dalhousie is located in the city of Halifax. So the city of Halifax is right next to the Atlantic Ocean. And because of that, this university has developed a huge expertise in the areas of ocean research. Actually, this university is home to the Aquatron Laboratory, one of the best aquatic research facilities in the world. But they have also developed other sources of expertise. Mainly, for example, they have now developed a partnership with Tesla to help create long-lasting, more cost-effective batteries. So, as you can see, the universities devise expertise in areas that sometimes are very far away from each other. But this is basically the result of what I was just saying about the comprehensive nature of the universities. The Université Laval is located in the wonderful city of Quebec City. This is one of the oldest Francophone universities. It has been around since 1663, and it has developed also expertise in a series of areas, of which I would like to highlight forestry research, so forestry management. And also they have excellent centers of research in the areas of photonics, geomatics, and even research that is being done in the North Pole, mainly about climate change. This university also has a very big focus in the areas of agriculture and the business areas, or areas related to those, like policy making, global governance, and economics. The University of Ottawa is located in the capital city of the country, and because it's located in the capital city of the country, it has developed a somewhat huge specializations in the areas of public policy and public administration. So this is an excellent opportunity, or this is an excellent university if you are considering to undertake a program in the areas, for example, of public administration. The University of Ottawa is the North American largest bilingual university. This is the university where you will find the most mix of programs in English or in French. And it has developed a very good reputation also in the areas of life science and medicine. And it is home to the Max Planck University of Ottawa Center for Extreme Quantum Photonics, which is one of the best centers in North America. They offer other types of laboratories that are also state-of-the-art, that relate to the areas of civil engineering and nanofabrication facilities. Queen's University is located in the city of Kingston. This is a city that it's relatively close to Ottawa. It's probably 1.5 hours away. Gets halfway between Ottawa and Toronto. and it's a city that has been recently in the news because in 2015 one of their professors received the Nobel Prize of Physics. And the university itself has a huge reputation in the areas of geography and area research, and also in the areas of business. The University of Queens is frequently regarded as one of the best universities for business programs and also educational programs. They have also specialized in other specific areas, such as fuel cell research, virtual computing, and health services and policy research. Moving on to the University of Saskatchewan, that is located in the city of Saskatoon, we find that this university has a huge expertise in two main areas. I would start by giving some context as to where this university is located. So the province of Saskatchewan is considered to be the barn of Canada. It's considered to be one of the main producers of agricultural goods. So the university has developed a huge expertise in the fields of agricultural and crop research. So in fact, this university has one of the best programs worldwide in the areas of agriculture and also in the areas of veterinary. They are considered to have the 47th best program worldwide in the areas of veterinary, and they have a huge choice of research in this area, probably most than any of the other universities in Canada. They also have what they call the Canadian Light Source, that it's one of the world's leadest cyclotron facilities. And their crop development center has produced more than 400 commercial crop varieties, which shows the strength of the research that is being done in the agricultural field at Saskatchewan. The University of Waterloo is located in the city of Waterloo. And this university is regarded as one of the best universities worldwide in the areas of informational technology. Recently, Waterloo has been compared to Silicon Valley in the sense that a lot of high-tech companies are opening offices in Waterloo. And they are doing this especially because of the university and the university's reputation. The university has produced some of the best programs worldwide in the areas of computer science and also in other similar areas that relate, such as mathematics or other areas related to engineering in general. The university in general has a very good reputation for the faculties of engineering and technology. Is considered to have the 24th best program worldwide in the areas of computer science and information systems, the 20th best program worldwide in mathematics, the 48th best program worldwide in geographies and area studies. So as you can see, this is a university that in any way has a huge reputation in very different areas of knowledge. In Canada, their computer science department is definitely the largest undertaking research, and they also have the Water Institute, that is one of the top 10 water research institutes in the world. Finally, the University of Western. The University of Western is located in the city of London, Ontario. The University of Western has one of the best programs in the areas of psychology. And mainly, they have a huge expertise in the areas of neuroscience and brain and mind research. They also have a huge reputation in the areas of geography, medicine, statistics, and chemical engineering. And in 2015, their MBA was considered to be the first or the best international MBA worldwide by the Bloomberg Business Week ranking. Which shows the relevance of the program that the university offers. Most of the business programs worldwide are related to either the US or Europe, but Western was able to overcome most of the European universities and place its program at the top of the table. Just for curiosity, the University of Queens had their MBA on the 8th position in the same ranking. So after a brief overview of the CALDO universities, then you might ask yourself, why would I choose a CALDO university and not some other university in another country or even in Canada? One of the things that all of our universities offer is a huge expertise in the areas of receiving and managing international students. All of the universities place a huge emphasis on providing the best available service to international students, because they all know that international students go through specific challenges when they are studying abroad. So you will find in all of our universities personalized services that relate specifically to making sure that the student feels welcomed and feels supported. Services such as academic writing, services such as counseling, services such as support to finding housing, or even services that provide opportunities for networking among other students, mainly when you arrive. All of our universities also have some of the highest standards that you can find in any university worldwide. Faculty members from CALDO universities are from all over the world. You will find professors from very different countries. You will not just find Canadian professors. All of the universities have, like I said before, extensive budgets dedicated solely to research. So you will always have available state-of-the-art laboratories, materials, and professors. And all of the universities offer language school services, meaning that if you need to improve your language skills, you will be able to do so within the university. Just out of curiosity, early in the year there was a ranking published of which were the top 200 universities in terms of employability. And 4 CALDO universities were mentioned in that ranking, mainly the University of Waterloo, Alberta, Calgary, and Queens. This is a huge accomplishment for the universities, because obviously this is a criteria that they cannot control. So they need to rely on the reputation and the knowledge of their students to be able to gather to be employed. So one of the things that this ranking, one of the reasons why I highlight this ranking is because although we find that 4 universities are ranked there, all of the 9 universities have equal chances of, for example, being part of this ranking next year. Because in terms of excellency of teaching, you will find the same standards anywhere in our universities. But it's always good to know that the CALDO universities are recognized in some of the main rankings worldwide. So, having said all of this about our universities, now let's move on to what can CALDO, how can CALDO assist you in applying to one of our universities, either for a master program or a PhD program. So one thing that it's important to notice is the following. The CALDO service is applicable to students that are bringing some sort of funding from their home country. So we are doing this webinar right now because CONICIT from Chile has right now a call open for doctoral candidates that wish to study abroad. So anyone interested in applying to that scholarship is automatically eligible to use the CALDO services. However, if you are thinking on applying to other types of funding, such as loans or even personal savings, you can also contact us and let us know how much funding are you able to bring to study abroad. And from then onwards, we can give you an idea of the type of costs that you will incur when studying in Canada, and also the type of service that we can provide you. One thing is certain: you can always rely on CALDO, disregarding of having funding or not, to gather information on what sort of programs our universities offer. So the big advantage of CALDO is that through one single email, you can have access to 9 different universities and, like I said, to around 2,000 programs that they offer when combined. So that's a huge savings in terms of time, because obviously you don't need to go to each of the 9 universities' website and look for yourself. You can rely on the support of the CALDO office. We also, when the student brings funding, provide a pre-screening service, a free pre-screening service. What does this mean? It means that if you provide certain documents that are mentioned in our CALDO platform, you will be able to know if the supervisor that you're interested in is willing to work with you or not, and if the university considers that you meet the minimum requirements to formally apply to their master or PhD program. So that is a huge advantage, because you will be able to send the request to one or all of the CALDO universities. So it means that by just submitting your pre-application once, you will be able to reach as many universities as you wish, and you will do this free of charge. There is no fee associated with the CALDO services. Another thing that we also assist students is, once they are here, once they are studying in our universities, we also assist them with resolution of day-to-day problems. We assist them with connecting with the sponsor agency, or in trying to clarify any issues that they may have, for example, with their own university. The CALDO pre-assessment that I was just talking about relates to the student logging into our platform and submitting a series of information and documents that we will then send to the universities. And in here we have information on what type of documents you need to submit. So in terms of information, you need to specify how much funding are you able to obtain, or, for example, that you are applying to the CONICET scholarship that we already know, so you don't need to specify what is the funding that scholarship offers, because we already know. Gather all the necessary documents, mainly your academic CV, language proficiency test. This is essential. So if you have not studied in an English-speaking school, you will always need to provide either the tests of English, or if you're planning to apply to a French-speaking Canadian university, the proficiency tests of French, mainly the TFI, the DALF, or the DELF. You will also need to provide transcripts. Transcripts are the documents that tells us what were the courses that you attended and the grades that you had. So we don't need the diploma where it states that you have this specific degree. No, what we need is the list of courses that you attended and the grades. And if the document is not in English or in French, you will need to gather a translation. And we will also need a statement of research interest. This is basically a 1 or 2 page document where you highlight what are the areas of research that you intend to explore. The third stage, you will need to identify a supervisor, except if you're applying to a course-based master, because there's no thesis in this course, so no supervisor is required. And you submit every document and every piece of information to our platform that you will be able to access via our website, or by accessing to this address, supply.caldo.ca. If you go to our website at www.caldo.ca, you will find the landing page, and this big button here is the button that will take you to the CALDO platform, where you will be able to submit your pre-assessment. One very important thing is the following: before submitting anything, always contact us to our email here, graduate.coordinator@caldo.ca, to clarify which program of studies are you interested in, and if you already know which university you're interested, and if you already have a supervisor. If you don't have any of these, we will help you find the information. Okay, so you can always count on CALDO to assist you in retrieving the necessary information that you need to be able to fill the CALDO pre-assessment platform. Okay. So now that I have concluded my presentation on the CALDO consortium, I will now move on to the second part of this presentation, mainly the REDICEC presentation. So I will ask Carla to join us for this period, and Carla, every time you need to change a slide, let me know, and I will change it because I'm not sure if you can do that on your end.
Okay, no problem.
Just tell me change slide, and I'll do it. So Carla will address you in Spanish from now on.
Okay,
Carla, go ahead.
Ok, bueno, gracias Paulo por la presentación sobre caldo. Vamos a dejar las preguntas para el final, así que por favor vayan anotándolas y más ratito las podemos conversar todas. Bueno, con Abelardo somos parte de REDICEC, que es la red de investigadores chilenos en Canadá, y les queremos contar un poco de nuestra experiencia canadiense. Paulo, can you go ahead? Thanks. Bueno, REDICEC fue creada en el 2012, a fines del 2012, y por becarios de Beca Chile y postdocs que estaban en ese momento en Canadá. Los becarios de Beca Chile, por lo menos yo soy del año, llegué acá a Canadá en el año 2010, y nos conocimos en un encuentro que en ese tiempo tuvo la CBA, el cual fue muy bueno, pero después se dejó de hacer. Por lo tanto, nos ha costado mucho encontrar a nuevos becarios que vengan a Canadá. Hasta ahora tenemos casi 400 miembros, los cuales incluyen tanto becarios como investigadores, como personas que están en los negocios, todo relacionado a que tengan un interés por investigación. Y investigación en el modo abierto de la palabra puede ser en ciencias sociales, en humanidades o en ciencias naturales o ingeniería, etcétera. Hemos hecho 3 coloquios, los cuales se hacen anualmente, y tenemos más de 30 voluntarios que generalmente participan en estos distintos coloquios. Paulo, can you go ahead? Thanks. La demografía de nuestros miembros mayormente se encuentran en Quebec, en Ontario y en British Columbia, los cuales... Y también tenemos algunos en Chile. Muchos de estos miembros, ya sea como son becarios, fueron máster o PhD y ahora ya han vuelto a Chile. Por lo tanto, estamos ahora en un momento de renacimiento de la red, se podría decir, con nuevos directivos, en los cuales esperamos tener más cabida en Chile, tanto como en Canadá. Pero nuestra idea es siempre ser una especie de puente para la colaboración entre Chile y Canadá en el área de investigación. Can you go ahead? Thanks. Las temáticas de estudio de nuestros miembros son mayoritariamente en el área de ciencias biológicas, de ingeniería y de ciencias de la tierra. También tiene mucho de ciencias sociales, así que estamos bastante variados. Así que ustedes, si tienen cualquier duda, si les interesa saber sobre cualquier área de ciencias sociales o sobre las universidades de Caldo o otras universidades, siempre estamos abiertos a todas sus consultas. Luego, Luego aquí está la ocupación de los miembros, como ya mencioné antes, la mayoría están en el área académica, tenemos hasta ahora 63 becarios de Beca Chile dentro de los miembros, luego tenemos bastante en el área industrial también, luego gubernamental y también organizaciones sin fines de lucro y cosas así. Can you go ahead?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Bueno, les quería mostrar un poco sobre las actividades. Como ya mencioné, tenemos 3 coloquios, los cuales se encuentran en esas 3 fotos más grandes que están ahí. Han participado más o menos 60 personas en cada uno de los coloquios. El primero fue en Montreal, el segundo fue en Vancouver, el tercero fue en Toronto y ahora este año vamos a volver a Montreal para celebrar el cuarto coloquio y los 4 años de la red. También tenemos muchas reuniones, generalmente reuniones gubernamentales, o sea, con el gobierno, con otras asociaciones, con colaboradores, por ejemplo, como Caldo, asistimos a encuentros de otras redes y también trabajamos en distintos estudios, los cuales van en beneficio tanto de los becarios como de los investigadores en general. Un estudio que podría enfatizar fue un estudio que hicimos hace 2 años atrás sobre la reinserción de becarios y que ahora mismo ha tenido bastante cabida y bueno, en ese tiempo lo enviamos a distintas áreas del gobierno y ahora finalmente se fue compilando con otras redes y con otros comités de gobierno y ahora lo tienen en el gobierno. De hecho, les puedo enviar más tarde un link que salió en el diario de la Tercera hablando sobre esta colaboración que tuvimos. Todos estos son esfuerzos de muchos voluntarios que trabajan para distintas actividades de REDICEC, entonces todo esto es voluntario, es gratis, nadie recibe ningún sueldo por esto y solo se hace por la necesidad que hay de tener una comunidad científica en Canadá. Para poder ayudar a los interesados en venir a Canadá y también a los que estamos aquí. Can you go ahead? Thank you. Ahora les voy a dejar con Abelardo, que les va a contar un poco más de nuestra experiencia personales.
Thank you, Carla.
Yeah. Abelardo.
¿Me escuchan?
Sí.
Sí, ok. Ya, muchas gracias. Gracias, Carla, gracias, Paulo. Bueno, primero que todo, creo que lo más importante dentro de mi presentación tiene que ver con destacar la experiencia personal, que es lo que me ha correspondido un poco hablar de cómo ha sido este proceso de vivir en Canadá y estudiar también, por supuesto, en Canadá. Y por otro lado también cómo fue y cuáles fueron los motivos por los cuales yo escogí Canadá para poder estudiar. Originalmente yo estaba trabajando en la Universidad Católica de Temuco. Siempre me llamó la atención Canadá como una posibilidad, por lo que yo había oído, como una posibilidad para poder desarrollar ampliamente de manera interdisciplinaria mis estudios. Tengo que aclarar primero que mi doctorado dice doctorado en humanidades, fundamentalmente porque la universidad donde yo estoy, el concepto que tiene de desarrollo de la filosofía es interdisciplinario, de tal manera que me dio la oportunidad a mí de actuar con 3 disciplinas distintas, y esas disciplinas me permiten también hacer un estudio un poco más amplio respecto de la sociedad y la cultura, en este caso, mi caso de estudio, que es Chile. Entonces ese fue el primer motivo. El primer motivo fue porque encontré un programa que me permitió desarrollar mis intereses, que eran interdisciplinarios, como digo, y me encontré con que Canadá me ofrecía esa oportunidad. Pablo en su presentación acaba de mencionar también una universidad con la que yo también he tenido cierto contacto, que es la Universidad de Alberta, y quiero hacer también extensivo ese reconocimiento, en tanto las universidades en general acá, al menos en el área de las ciencias sociales, son bien preocupadas respecto a la alta calidad de los estudios, tanto sea en estudios interculturales, en estudios indígenas, y son muy altamente sensibles además por los estudios en Latinoamérica. Creo que ese es un campo que se está abriendo en estos momentos, que hoy por hoy el grado de multiculturalidad a la que se está llegando en las universidades en Canadá permite que existan que existe una apertura hacia las propuestas de los estudios en Latinoamérica. Y esto no solamente queda restringido al área de las ciencias sociales, la filosofía o las humanidades o la educación o la psicología, que son el área a la que yo correspondo, sino que también no me cabe duda que para el área de las ciencias naturales y las matemáticas. En ese sentido, primero quisiera agregar yo estoy en una provincia bien especial, que corresponde al el nombre Quebec, la provincia de Quebec, y una de las ciudades que yo diría la más bella universidad, o sea, la más bella ciudad de Canadá, pero eso se puede discutir. Eh, pero la verdad es que Montreal es una ciudad maravillosa, a mí me encanta. Eh, Creo que esta confluencia que existe entre el francés y el inglés, que muchas veces también genera mucha dificultad, sobre todo en mi caso, que yo llegué a una universidad anglosajona en Montreal, perdón, en Quebec, en toda la provincia existen eh, 18 universidades y 3 de esas universidades son anglosajonas y yo llegué a Concordia University. Concordia tiene la característica que es una universidad que está justo en el downtown de Montreal, en la zona más bullente de Montreal, y creo que eso es lo que a mí también me capturó. Yo había recibido referencias de Concordia por amigos argentinos que estaban estudiando acá y al mismo programa al que llegué, al mismo doctorado que llegué en humanidades. Eh, Eso mismo creo yo que es reinteresante. Muchos estudiantes que en estos momentos han estado interesados en venirse acá a estudiar a Canadá y en especial a Quebec me han preguntado, las preguntas fundamentalmente giran en dos puntos. Uno es cómo le hice yo con mi adaptación al lenguaje y otro, cómo le hice yo con la adaptación al clima. Montreal está, si invertimos el mapa de Chile, Montreal estaría a la altura de Aysén. Eh, por lo tanto, es un clima que es riguroso, que tiene sus 3 meses que son con nieve y bastante difícil en ese sentido, sobre todo por el cambio de luz. Esto lo digo porque mucha gente me lo ha preguntado antes. Pero yo creo que también el otro factor que es importante es el francés, que se lleva. Creo que una de las ventajas que tenemos los que hablamos español o portugués es que el francés es relativamente cercano y eso permite también que uno se pueda adaptar con cierta facilidad. Eso no significa que uno no tenga dificultades, creo que no estoy vendiendo aquí una maravilla, estoy diciendo que es un proceso y que es un proceso de adaptación como todos. A mí también me tocó estudiar en México mucho mi magíster y también tuve, a pesar de compartir el mismo idioma, también tuve un proceso cultural de adaptación. Eh, por el momento eso es lo que yo puedo agregar. No sé si ya me excedí a los 5 minutos que tenía de la presentación.
También puedes avanzar. Can you go ahead, Paulo? Oh, aquí dejamos algunos tips para que ustedes nos puedan preguntar en el question and answer session. Y también que a mí me gustaría hacerle algunas preguntas a Paulo, pero no sé. Yo también puedo dar mi experiencia. Estoy en la Universidad de McMaster, que está a 40 minutos de Toronto. Una universidad muy interesante también. También tuve dos experiencias con Queen's University y University of Waterloo cuando estaba postulando a Beca Chile. Estas otras dos son de Caldo. Al final decidí McMaster por razones personales, pero las tres universidades son tremendamente buenísimas en el área de ingeniería. Yo estudio en el área de ingeniería química, así que, bueno, pueden aquí, creo que es más, podría ser más interesante que las personas nos quieran hacer preguntas y
Claro.
seguimos conversando.
Yes, if the participants want to ask questions, please write them on the chat box, and I will take the time also to address an issue that sometimes people are curious about, mainly if they can bring family members to Canada once they are studying. One of the resources that CALDO provides is the reference to the immigration website of Canada. So the immigration website of Canada is pretty comprehensive in the information that you can get. And one of the things that they clearly mention is that people that come to study with a study permit, they can bring family members to Canada for the duration of the studies. So that is something that it's good for people to know, especially if you're thinking on doing a doctoral program where you're thinking on staying abroad for at least 4 years. And the universities also, they have support services for people that are bringing their partners. So they might have residencies that are more adequate to families, and they can definitely assist in finding accommodation for family, and also in giving useful references for schools for children and things like that. Also, one of the things that our universities provide is very good services in terms of health insurances. So obviously, when you're abroad, you will need to have your health insurance. And one of the good things about the insurance that universities provide is that they are very comprehensive and usually are more than enough for most situations. Javier, I think I answered your question because you were answering if there is any problem if you have plans to get married. So I don't think that's the case. Also, the partner can work while they're here, so that's also an added benefit. So Catherine is asking if she can be admitted without one international exam of English in Canada.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think she refers to conditional acceptance.
Yes. So the bottom line is, in terms of the final acceptance, you will always need to meet the requirements that the university is stating. So you will always need to submit a test of proficiency in English. However, you don't need to. You're asking if it can. Curso de inglés en Canadá. No, it doesn't need to be in Canada. Usually the tests of TOEFL, you take them online anywhere in the world. So you're more than likely to have several places where you can take it in Chile.
I have a follow-up question with that.
Yeah.
Paulo, I don't know if the CALDO universities provide conditional acceptance for people that are, for example, 2 or 3 points below the
yes,
TOEFL.
Exactly. All the universities provide conditional offers. The only problem is not sometimes the university, is more the sponsoring agencies. So, for example, some agencies, some funding agencies, don't accept conditional offers, for example, to language in the admission letter. So therefore, the student may not be able to apply to the scholarship. So in the case of yes.
And regarding that, do you know if CONICET accept that? Because
yes, that was what I was going to say. No, that's fine, Carla. Because it depends on the call. Sometimes they change the specificities of the call. So my advice to everyone that is interested in submitting the application to CONICET is just to make sure that you read the specificities of the call. I believe that in the previous calls they were somewhat flexible as to that, so they would still accept the students to apply with a conditional offer, but when they decided to actually pay the student to go abroad, he would need to show proof that that condition was met. Okay. So let me go back to the questions. Wolfgang, existe alguma outra alternativa de financiamento además da... So, Wolfgang, I know that in Chile there is, but please don't quote me on this, but I believe that Corfo also has some sort of financial options for students, but I think it's a loan, it's not a scholarship. So you might request funds from them, but in the end you will need to pay for it. However, I don't know if Carla and Abelardo know of any other financing option in Chile that candidates can use at the present.
En Chile no. Sé que hay otras oportunidades de financiamiento en distintas universidades, dependiendo de los profesores, más que nada, si es que los profesores tienen financiamiento para poder contratar estudiantes.
Exactly.
Uno de nuestros integrantes, Sebastián, él me comentó que él se vino acá con un préstamo de Corfo. Y él está haciendo su máster en la Universidad de Laval. En ciencia política. Y bueno, una de las garantías que él tiene es que al haber solicitado un préstamo, finalmente él sabe que lo va a reembolsar, pero no tiene el compromiso con CONICYT ni con ninguna otra institución más que la deuda. Y eso le permite, hasta donde yo sé, también le permite en las universidades locales, le permite también poder postular a fondos internos de las universidades, en la medida también que ellos van, bueno, yo creo que también tiene que ver con el estatus, hay una serie de situaciones por el estilo. En mi caso ha sido más restrictivo por el hecho de yo tener una beca CONICYT que duró 4 años, y el 5.º año, por lo general, eso es normal, los doctorados se pasan 1 año más o menos. Yo estoy escribiendo ahora mi tesis, estoy en mi 5.º año, y yo he recibido financiamiento de mi universidad que son muy austeros, pero que sirven muchísimo, como por ejemplo para poder hacer el trabajo de campo, como para poder visualizar el propio trabajo. Es decir, yo ya me he ganado, creo, 3 premios de la universidad. Por lo tanto, estoy dando con esto que el caso chileno a lo mejor es un poco más difícil despegar de allá, pero una vez estando acá siempre existe la alternativa de encontrar
financiamiento.
Claro, financiamiento, en la medida en que uno se mueve también.
So Felipe is asking about the deadlines, and Francisco is also asking a question related to that. Mainly the difference between the deadlines of the universities and the deadlines of CONICYT. So one of the things that it's important to notice, Felipe and Francisco, and for this matter everyone else, is that the deadlines of the universities sometimes might be more flexible than what they appear on the website. What do I mean with this? Certain programs might issue admission letters in different times of the year outside of what it's mentioning on the website. So what this means is the following: if the student needs an admission letter to apply to a specific scholarship, it may be possible, and I'm highlighting the may, it may be possible, the department to issue admission letters in different points of the year. However, what I would advise you is for you to contact me and specifically tell me which type of program are you looking at, so that we can see if there is still time to gather an admission letter. However, one important thing is the following: for you to get an admission letter, you need to have the documents ready. So, for example, if you don't have all the transcripts translated, if you don't have the proficiency English test, at least, even if it doesn't meet the minimum grade required, at least one test, it is very unlikely that you will be given an admission letter. So my advice is that send me an email with the program that you're interested in, and we will assess what are the possibilities. Usually, once you have all the documentation ready and you submit it to the university, and if the department is assessing applications all year round, I would say that between 3 to a maximum of 4 weeks, you will have an admission letter with in your email. But like I say, you need to have everything ready. So usually, even if you're not planning to apply to the September starting date, September 2016, I would advise you to start right away preparing eventually your next year submission for the CONICET scholarship, because these things do need some time. You need to prepare things well in advance to be able to meet all the necessary requirements and all the necessary documentation for everyone. Danai is asking if the dependent can work in Canada. If the dependent is your partner and is coming with you with a study permit with a study permit, it will have access to a work permit. But once again, the reference on this information is the immigration website. So we are not able to provide information on this. Basically, what I'm saying doesn't have any legal value. So basically, you will always need to refer to the immigration website. But yes, they can work in Canada.
También con respecto a eso, quiero mencionar que muchas veces no pueden, los dependents no pueden trabajar en lo que han estudiado. Hay muchas carreras que, por ejemplo, medicina o odontología, probablemente tienen que tomar, cuando llegan acá, tienen que tomar diferentes certificaciones. Entonces, la mayoría de los estudios de los dependientes no van a ser aceptados acá. Como por ejemplo, los ingenieros tienen un colegio de ingenieros, el cual uno tiene que tomar ciertas certificaciones para que te consideren para poder trabajar en una empresa en ingeniería.
Yes.
También me gustaría agregar, en el caso de Quebec, que funciona con sus regulaciones también bastante estrictas en ese sentido, y los colegios son súper exigentes. Por lo tanto, sí creo yo que hay más dificultades en ese sentido.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, Quebec, aside from all the other requirements, has its own requirements. So
sí.
It's a bit more complex going to Quebec than going elsewhere, because you need additional documents. That's basically it.
Yeah. Tiene otras ventajas, pero es cierto que en ese sentido pone mucho más trabas.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, Paulo, I have a question about the CALDO universities. Do you have an agreement with CONICET? Is that correct, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Because few people have asked me, what about the rankings of the CALDO universities, and how are they considered in the application to CONICET?
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Carla. So all of the CALDO universities have an agreement with CONICET via the CALDO consortium agreement. So basically, if you are planning to apply to any of our universities, you are able to submit an application for any of them. However, it is likely that CONICET during the selection period might favor some universities more than others, and also might favor some research projects more than others. So that's the normal aspect of an assessment period of scholarships. So, but the bottom line is that you can apply to any of the CALDO universities and submit your request for a scholarship with CONICET. There is no problem as to that. So just to make it very clear. Francisco has a question for Carla and Abelardo. He's asking if podrían dar contactos. Oops, sorry. Oh, okay.
Sí.
You already, okay. Carla replied by writing. So Soto. Oh, sorry. I think I need to go up here. No, I'm good. So Soto is asking, ¿cómo se obtienen por la general la aceptación condicional al idioma? Si presenta un TOEFL, PBT, con bachelor. So Soto, usually the TOEFL, the IBT, or the PBT are accepted. Exactly. If you submit a TOEFL with a score that is lowest to the minimum that they require, they will basically state in the admission letter something like, this student still needs to meet the minimum requirement for the language. And that requirement will stay in your letter until you fulfill it. So once you meet the minimum requirements, once you send a new test with a new score meeting all the minimum requirements, the condition will be waived, and the letter will be shown without the condition, or a new additional document will be sent to you saying that there are no further conditions to your application. So that's basically how it works. So we are now reaching the final of it's now 7:30. So I would like to thank Carla and Abelardo. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us.
Thank you for your invitation.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and it was really good to have the opportunity to share your experience with the participants. I'm pretty sure that they found very useful to hear from you your experience, and also what REDICEC is about. And tomorrow you will be receiving the people that registered will be receiving the presentation, and they will also be receiving the link to the YouTube video where the presentation was recorded, and some links of our CALDO Facebook and the CALDO website for further information. So I thank you all for the time you took to join us today, and have a wonderful rest of the weekend. And if you do decide and are interested to apply to one of our universities, please feel free to send me an email, and we will reply as fast as possible and as clear as possible, in a way that you are able to apply to the university and the program of your choice, if you wish to apply to the scholarship of CONICYT that it's open right now. So thank you so much, and enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Can I
Yeah.
just say goodbye? Bueno, muchas gracias a todos. Quisiera recordarles que si tienen alguna pregunta pueden escribirnos a contact@redisec.com. También, si quieren, pueden escribirnos a nuestro email personales, y bueno, ahí podemos, o en no sé si están en el grupo de Beca Chile en Facebook, ahí podemos contestar sus preguntas, y bueno, y si ya tienen la aplicación lista para CONICYT, les recomiendo enormemente que hablen con Paulo, y cualquiera de las universidades de CALDO son muy buena opción. Así que mucha suerte para todos en su aplicación, y bueno, cualquier cosa estamos aquí.
Thank you so much, Carla. So enjoy the evening, and
Thank you.
let us know if you need anything.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, Abelardo. Thank you, Carla. Bye. Bye.
Está cool esta cuestión.